Hi everybody. I'd like to say I'm out for my walk, but I'm not. I'm on my grandchildren's place in the backyard. One of the places I love being because it's got this crazy swing that is perfect for me. And I am a child at heart. But the reason why I wanted to go on and talk today is about abortion, how I've changed my opinion on abortion. I used to be pro-choice, and over what's been revealed over the last 6 months, I've changed my opinion on that. You know, this is something that is, I've contemplated, and I've been put in the situation of crazy things that have happened because I've had a child. I was a teen mom at 16. My oldest daughter is 43 years old, so that kind of tells you how old I am. And she had a daughter that is now turning 21. Yes, my granddaughter is turning 21. And I was fortunate enough to be able to raise her since she was 14. And if I would have aborted my daughter when I was 16 years old, because, many people do that now. It's just inconvenient. It's not the right timing. It's, you don't have your schooling, you're going to be trapped, and so people make that decision to abort their children when they're teens. And if I would have done that, I kept my daughter. As soon as I held her, I knew I was going to raise this child. But if I would have done that, I would have missed out on the great daughter that I have. I have such a close relationship with my daughter now. It took many years because I was very immature and just truly shouldn't have been a parent, but by the grace of God, I did it. And I was able to have the granddaughter that I have, that I'm just so madly in love with. She's everything. She's wonderful. So that got me thinking, we've been listening to, or all of these documentation's been coming out over the last 6 months about Planned Parenting and some of the things that they've been doing. Now, I used to believe that, if it's early enough, there's no human there, it doesn't have a spirit there, and you gravel over all of those issues thinking, well, it's not a heartbeat, it's just skin and nothing. It's not a human being. I mean, that's the way most people feel. And I'm not going to put any graphic pictures on this, but a lot of graphic pictures have come out over the last 6 months to really show what's happening in these Planned Parenthood and these abortion clinics. And my opinion now is I am totally pro-life. I am completely against abortion for the very fact of what they're doing. Well, and of course, I've come to the complete conclusion that it is murder. And you may want to get out of this, turn off this video now, because you may be pro-choice and you're thinking I'm being radical. But what I did discover while I was doing my research in looking into it is what they were doing, how they've been they're making a business on this. I'm just going to come out. They actually sell the fetuses. They sell it for organs, for the medical industry, for the makeup industry. You buy placenta for your face, for a face mask. They're making hand over fist money off of children, off of our babies. And they want to have a later term abortion. That isn't for us. That isn't for our spirit. That's going to kill a woman. If you abort your child and you're 6 months pregnant, you have lost all morality. You're Satan's now. You really have, if you've gone to that degree. But they want to promote, like New York has done. Oh my God, they got up and stood up and applauded having a delivery abortion. Do you get what I'm saying? They have put in their law that they can kill the baby as it's coming out of the birth canal. They can shoot an injectable poison into the skull, in the soft spot of the skull, and it's legal. And they all got up and applauded. Well, why do they want to do this? Why would they want to? And they're saying that it's the doctor and the mother, and they get to have the choice to make that decision. And now they're trying to push after birth abortions. After birth abortions. That's called complete murder. I'm sorry, but there's nothing but murder. And if you do that, and any doctor does that, they should be charged with murder. Period. 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 You kill a baby after, whatever you think it's viable or not, because that's what they're saying. Well, it's the viability of the baby. What's the viability of the baby? It's up to the discretion of the doctor and the mother. So that could be the baby has 6 toes, or the mother is just, because the viability can be that the mother's depressed. So what are they doing with these aborted babies? Well, again, they are selling their hearts and their livers and their for transplant to other children and stuff like that. They are also keeping these babies alive because they're really no good dead. Do you get it? They're keeping these babies alive, and then they're taking their hearts, and they're taking their livers, and they're taking their eyes, and they're taking whatever, why they're still alive, and they're not using anesthetic on these infants. Can you imagine a world that is like that? That sounds like it should be in some sci-fi movie. But it isn't. It's today, it's reality, and that's what Planned Parenthood does. It's an evil organization. It's ran by Satan. There is nothing good about it. And it's there, and not only that, there is so many reasons why they're putting them into certain neighborhoods to, and they promote them in, like the black neighborhoods. They just promote the most of the abortions. Like, I think it's like 80% of the abortions clinics are in black neighborhoods in the United States. Because they want to get rid of the black people. They want to, that's a good way of getting rid of a culture, right? Just abort all their babies so that their population goes down and down and down. So then, if that isn't bad enough about what these abortion clinics are doing, they're like one of the largest profit-making companies in the world. Let that sink in for a second. They are one of the largest profit companies in the world off of our children, off of our abortion. But then there is this other group. It's called the death cult. Have you heard about them? Now, I've heard about them, but I've had it recently explained to me what this death cult is. Well, this death cult is like these yuppie kind of people that love the idea of having a baby. Just think it's, and being pregnant, and they love the glow, and they go through to this certain stage, and they get pregnant. And they do all the things. They have the baby shower. They have all the clothes. They get the maternity clothes. They live it up. They go and then the latest that they can legally have an abortion, they abort those babies. Because they don't want the child. They just want the experience of being pregnant. Over and over and over again, these people are doing this over again. And now in New York, because they can do it up to delivery, they are doing it at that age, at that late stage. These people are evil, they're satanic, and they should be counted. The doctors, these people, all of them, should be charged with first-degree premeditated murder and get whatever the law demands for that type of murder. Okay? This is my stance. This is why I'm making a hard stance now. I am pro-life, period. It's the end of it. You know, you get where you can, things are there for the benefit of the society, so that rape victims and so that, you know, teenage mums or whatever it is, a mistake that happens, an affair that happens, it was there to protect those people so that they didn't have to live with that. Well, I'm going to say no more anymore. We've taken it too far. We've abused it. When you have a child and you give them something, you give them a privilege. Say they're able to stay out until 10 o'clock and you've just extended that, but they repeatedly come home at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Eventually, they just don't get to go out because they've taken your goodwill. They've taken whatever you meant for the benefit of you, and they've destroyed it, and they've abused it, and that's what it is about abortions. It's gone too far. It's gone to murder now, complete and total murder, planned, premeditated murder. This world is sick. This world needs a Savior. It needs Jesus. The more and more that you look around, the more that you have to realize that we are in a fight for our spirituality. We're in a fight for our souls. And what is right is wrong. What is wrong is right. We're living in an upside-down world, and it's time to make your stand and come out one way or another, because you can't stay on the fence anymore. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. Live and love and light.